What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over all the trades we took today inside the Discord, as well as the game plan going into tomorrow. And today, man, absolutely phenomenal day. We hit so many trades. I think every single trade we took today was a winner. We took, I think, 2 options plays, new ones, and then we took one trade off of the SPY chart. So today was a really good day. I gave you guys a game plan yesterday. Pretty much I told you guys this is the key chart going into today. We ended up closing at a key spot yesterday. This 50 SMA on the 30-minute. Told you guys if we remain below it, bullish. If we get over it, bearish. We ended up flipping bearish today. You can see right here, 30-minute chart ended up crossing back up, and we were bearish. We traded down pretty much the entire day, and at that point, you only focus on shorts. So there was no reason to be longing today. 0 entries to go long. So this is what we took for SPY. So we know the 30-minute chart is cross bearish or crossing bearish. So we're looking for short setups, and it didn't come until the afternoon, but we got it. So very simple. We ended up getting the 0 DT cross right off of open, and we got a fat move out of it. 30-minute chart ended up crossing, and from this point, it's like, okay, where's your next trade opportunity? You want to be looking for a dip to this 50 SMA. We didn't get it until the afternoon right here at 12:55. I ended up grabbing short on this dip right here. We came close enough to the 50 where I got in my short, and I entered this at 12:57. So it was right during this candle. Ended up getting in. I ended up taking 0 DT puts, the 669 puts, and then we also shorted futures. If you pull up the timestamp of SPY or futures, that was the pretty much exact top right there. There was no drawdown on this trade whatsoever. Ended up getting over 100 points on NQ on this drop, and then over 130% on the 0 DT chart, and then I trimmed most on that leg down. And then on this pullback right here, I was still on some runners. So once we started to break below the 50, I got out my runners, and that was that. That was a textbook trade, textbook day. That's all you needed, and you just had to be patient. I mean, there was no other trade opportunities besides taking that 50 SMA dip. I mean, that's the only thing you could have taken. We know the market was bearish. You're only focused on that. Obviously, we weren't bearish right off the bat. We opened pretty much right around that 50 SMA still. I mean, we did get this put cross. I'm not gonna lie, I took this put cross right here. I ended up selling it for I think like 50, 60 points. Wasn't anything crazy. I didn't call that one out just because it's higher risk right off the open. I ended up taking that. I didn't hold for this big drop lower. I ended up selling it for I think on this candle right here at 940 because we got a pretty significant drop. But again, this is a trade that it's a lot higher risk. I was in super light. I was keeping a super tight stop loss on this, and it ended up paying. But again, would I recommend taking this trade? No. But I don't know. I just favored the market flipping back bearish, and that's why I ended up taking that. Higher risk trade. I had a tight stop on it as well on late size, so didn't get anything crazy out of it. But yeah, other than that, your only trade opportunity was right here. Dip to the 50, market's bearish. I was buying this dip, and we got a fat move out of it. Rest of the day, there's nothing else to take. I mean, there's just not. I mean, we got this negative cross right here. Not a trade I'm taking. Market's still bearish on the 30-minute, and you know, that's not a trade that you want to be taking. We have the trend here over here, and when we have this 30-minute chart cross, your focus is only on the short side. Keeps us on the right side of the market. You're looking for that 50 dip. You're looking for the 10 SMA reclaim, put cross. All those trades to the downside are what you want to be focusing on. I did not care at all to be tossing longs on the table. And yeah, I mean, that was today when it came to SPY. It was very, very easy read, very easy day when it came to trading it. You just had to wait for the 50 dip in the afternoon, and you got paid if you took that trade. Going into tomorrow for SPY, 30-minute chart is still crossed. We're going to be picking new contracts tomorrow. So if we pull up the potential contracts for next week, we're going to have, let's see, I'm just going to pull up which ones we have. The 665 puts, or the 670 puts. So if we look here, we're still crossed on these, and if you guys are confused why I switched the contract, tomorrow's Friday. So the current ones we're using, or that we use today, we pick on Monday. We use them for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On Friday, we pick new ones because the current contracts are going to be 0 DTs because the current contracts we have are for the 7th for tomorrow's expiration, and then on Friday we repick the contracts and we use the following week out because you don't want to be using the 0 DT contract to gauge the trend in the market. It just wouldn't make sense. The theta is going to destroy the contracts throughout the day. So I'm going to go 1 week out on Friday, and we repick on Monday again. So you only pick on Monday and Friday. That's when you pick the new contracts. So on here, we're still crossed on the 30-minute, still going to be trading bearish, and we're still going to be focused on the short side tomorrow as long as we stay crossed. If we gap up largely tomorrow and we lose the 50, okay, things might change, but If we open up crossed, I'm still gonna be looking for a trade to the downside. I'm gonna be looking for a call, or not a call cross, a put cross, 10 SMA reclaim on puts, 50 dip on puts. And then if we start to break below this 50 tomorrow, cross negative, and there's a trade opportunity to the long side after we actually start losing this 50, then I'll take a long setup. But for now, as long as we remain above this 50, I'm only focused on the downside. So yeah, 30-minute charts cross. We had the 1 hour chart cross. We have, I think, the 2 hour chart starting to cross. Yeah, broke above the 50 here. Who knows if it's going to cross, but we didn't hit the 4 hour 50 yet on the contracts for next week. So, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if the bottom wasn't in. So pretty much as long as that 30-minute chart is still crossed, I think we're going to head up to this 4 hour 50 on next week's contracts. It obviously depends on which ones we get. If we get a big gap up tomorrow, that might change, but 665 puts here. That's what they look like on the 4 hour. And then if we go to the 670 puts, in case we get these, same thing. I mean, we're still not at that 4 hour 50 yet. I think there's still a little bit more room we could drop tomorrow, but obviously I'll just play what I see. This is just kind of what I think based on where we're at on the next week's contracts. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all we did when it came to SPY. We took 2 option trades when it came to individual stocks, and these were money. I mean, since SPY was bearish, everything was pretty much dumping, and since the 0DT chart wasn't really giving an entry point a little bit after open, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to see what other opportunity there is out there. So OKL low was a really good trade. We ended up taking 30-minute cross right here, end up grabbing this at like 315 on these contracts. So 315, we end up grabbing these right here, and we got the cross, and we got a massive move out of it. 315 all the way up to like $6 a piece. So just like right under 100% on that move. I ended up trimming half for 50 to 60%, and I trimmed a little bit more up around 90%, and I sold my runner, I think, around like 60% that I had. So really good trade at OKLO. Very simple. It was just a simple 30-minute cross. I'm going to show you guys exactly when I got in this. But I got in before we actually crossed. So let's see here. I'm going to try and find the chart I sent in the Discord where I'm like, okay, this looks really good. So this is what it looked like when it looked really good, where you could have added some more. You can see 10 and the 50 are super close together. 10's up hard, 50's up. This is going to cross on the next candle, and we end up just getting a large move down. Let me send you the other screenshot here that it looked, I mean, we got a massive move lower on the next candle, but yeah, so during that candle we got a big move lower. You can see here 11.19, we got a massive nuke on OKLO, and that's when the contracts were up quite a bit. But yeah, that was OKLO, and then we end up taking Palantir. So this was another trade where we took a 30-minute cross. I started to look at the next week's contracts on this. So for Palantir, I took next week's contracts. For OKLO, I end up taking contracts that expire tomorrow. So on Palantir, a 30-minute chart was crossed. You know, 10's going above the 50 here. This is where I pretty much ended up entering at. And then we also have this 4 hour chart crossing negative on the call side. So this was a very high conviction trade for me. I told the Discord that this is a super high confidence trade because, one, we have the 4 hour chart crossing negative here on the call side, which is very, very bearish. And we also have the 30-minute chart crossing on the put side. So we had both those confluences, and this is a really good setup to take. Ended up catching around like 60-70% on this. I trimmed half, and I still have my other half going into tomorrow. So we're going to see how that plays out. Palantir, really good chart. OKLO, really good chart. And then we also ended up taking Apple. So I had Apple from, I think, what was it, yesterday or day ago, 2 days ago, something like that. But it was pretty simple. All I did, I saw on the monthly chart we were at this daily 50. Again, the monthlies are, if you look in the option chain, there's going to be an expiration where it doesn't say weeklies. Those are your monthly contract, and very simple. I don't always look at this, but I just happen to pull up the Apple chart for the monthlies just to see where we're at, and we were sitting right at this 50 SMA here on the monthly contracts on the daily time frame. So that's massive, massive support. I ended up grabbing a dip buy down in here, swung it into today. We're up like 70%. I trimmed half. I still have my other half going into tomorrow. But if the market keeps going lower, eventually Apple probably will give out, and I'm probably going to get a stop break even on it. But yeah, we're going to see how it is. It was super strong today when the whole market was dumping. Apple was ripping. So if for some reason, you know, we don't bottom out, or if we do bottom out and we are green tomorrow, then Apple, I'd imagine, will be up quite a bit. But I don't know. I still favor a little bit of downside on SPY. We'll have to see how that goes. But really good day inside the Discord. We caught over 100 points on NQ, over 130% on the 0DTs, and then OKL low for 90%, Palantir for 60%, and then Apple for 70% we had for our swing from yesterday. So really good day. I mean, that's pretty much everything we did. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. If you guys want to learn, join the Discord down below. It's where I'm at all day, every day. It's where I shared all those trades that I just mentioned. And yeah, place me if you want to learn. I'm out. Peace.